Welcome to the Partner Business Technical Support Team. My name's Phil and I'll be taking you through how to program up a 24-hour zone within your HomeSafe security system. Within this instructional video, the devices we'll be using will be the HomeSafe main security console panel, which is this one here, and also the HomeSafe security key panel. What we'll also need will be a working zone with a sensor. Unfortunately, I don't have a sensor here to actually demonstrate this on. But what I do have is a switch which will indicate, or which will simulate the exact same thing. Essentially all it's going to be doing is shorting out that particular line. Now before I go through and explain how do you actually go about programming this within the actual HomeSafe, what I'd like to do is just quickly take you to the installation instructions to show you where to find some more information in relation to this. So if you go to your installation instruction, on page, I'll just have a quick look, page 20 of that installation instruction, you do have a section, and that section is called P52E, which explains the operation of a 24-hour zone. What I'll do now is I'll just give you a brief overview as to what that's actually referring to. So a 24-hour zone is basically a zone that, regardless of whether the system is armed or disarmed, if that zone is deemed unsecure, so there's a short or an open or something like that along that line, it's basically going to set the siren off, and it will only be reset once you actually put a user code in. So it's very similar to what a tamper circuit actually does. So the very first thing you need to do to program this functionality in, and this is something that typically the an installer will only do, is you need to enter in the master programming mode. So as a default, that master code, so this is the P201E allotment, which if you're programming user codes you'd be familiar with, is P, so the default is 123E, and you know you're in the programming mode because the programming indicator pops up. The next step you need to take is actually entering into the installer mode, and again this will vary from site to site, and it's something that's typically changed. So the default installer code is P and 6 zeros E, and you know that you're in the installer mode because the program icon will flash on and off. So the next step we're going to be taking, this is where we start actually doing the programming for the 24-hour zone, is we need to enter in program 52E. So now what should display are all the 24-hour zones, or all the zones which are classified as 24-hour zones or detection means. So currently we actually have nothing in there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using zone 4 as, we're just going to basically be programming zone 4 up as an illustration. So to program a zone into this, you just need to press the zone, then E, and that will appear on the actual LCD screen. Now if you have a zone on there that you want to get rid of, just enter in the number, then press E again, and that number will disappear. So that's basically programming a 24-hour zone, and what I'll do is, as for all programming, test it out to make sure it's working. So to test it, if we just go PE to exit program mode, and then what I'm going to do is, it's at this point here you'd go to the room where the sensor is and try to trigger it, or if it's typically going to be a read sensor or something like that, you'd go and break that circuit, or you're going to basically trigger that particular circuit or read switch. What I'm going to do, because I don't have either of those, I'm going to flick a switch which will simulate the same thing, and hopefully what we should see is the security system should basically be triggered. There you go. So what I'll do is I'll just enter in the user code, which is in my case 123, so 123E, and now it's been disarmed. So what will happen is, before you go to arm the system, you need to basically just double check to see what fault has actually occurred. So in our case it's come up with zone 4. That's when you do a bit of investigation to see what's happened, whether somebody's been or whether somebody had tried breaking in or like. So that concludes our short video on programming 24-hour zones. For more information, just please refer to the installation instructions for this particular product. If you'd like to get in contact with the Partner Business Technical Support team, just get in contact with your local Clipsal sales rep and they'll put you through to our support team. Thank you for watching.